Welcome to the Peregrination podcast. I'm Jason.
And I'm Raj, and this is episode number 3.
Awesome. So, Raj, how's it going?
It's going really well.
Oh, it's not going well for me.
Why is that?
I'm upset.
Why?
Because we didn't do our Periscope this week.
That's right.
Remember we said last week we were going to do a Periscope on Wednesday at like 9:30 in the morning, and then we didn't do it.
But we had a really good reason why we didn't do it.
Okay, I'm secretly not disappointed because we had an awesome time at Loi Krathong.
That's right. For 3 days, we've been partying really hard.
Yeah, so what's Loi Krathong?
Loi Krathong is a huge festival here in Chiang Mai, Thailand, where they take some time to light candles, and they have what you call krathongs, which are floats, usually made of leaves and flowers that the locals create themselves. They're handmade, and they come in all different kinds of shapes and forms and sizes. For example, we saw swans, we saw heart shapes, and some of them were even made from things that look like ice cream cones, I guess.
That's right, yeah. So they make them out of all sorts of different things. Some are made out of food, like there's some bread ones that are like colored. It doesn't look like bread like you buy in the store, but like little cake breads or something. And then, yeah, some are made out of like little ice cream cones. And then some, yeah, like out of like leaves and flowers. And they like pin them down and make them into certain shapes. So, yeah, it like resembles a swan. And then they put like flowers all over it. And then incense and candles.
Yeah, usually there's 3 sticks of incense in most of them that I saw.
Right.
And then 1 candle. And so what they do is they light up the candle and they go to their river, Ping River.
Here in Chiang Mai, it's called the Ping River.
And you send away all your bad luck.
That's right, yeah. So you light the candle, you put it in the river, and then it floats away down the river and floats away your bad luck too.
And there's also another way of letting go of all that bad luck.
Yeah, a really pretty way actually, right?
What's that?
What you do is you take a rice paper lantern, you set a little fire on it underneath, and it fills with hot air and then floats into the sky.
Yes.
Big sky lantern. So I think we mentioned it a little bit last week, but yeah, so there was like famous pictures of like lanterns in the sky in Chiang Mai and Thailand and stuff. So they basically a whole bunch of people all at once or for hours at a time, they just release these things into the air and it fills up and the sky and looks like stars. It's really cool.
And you know why I was so incredibly happy to see all these lanterns this time?
Why is that?
Because remember when we were in Taipei, in Taiwan, there was a town, I forget the name of the town.
I think it was called Pingxi.
Yes, that's right. In Pingxi, what they did was they launched massive amounts of lanterns together.
Yeah, they had basically the same thing where like there'd be like a massive lantern launch all at once and it was supposed to be really beautiful.
But we missed it.
That's right, yeah.
We missed it because there was another event happening at the same time.
Exactly, a really awesome event though. So I didn't feel bad actually missing that event because we went to a fireworks festival instead.
That's right. There were like millions, and not literally millions of fireworks throughout the entire night, and bottled
they're called bottle rockets.
Bottled rockets shooting right at you. And remember, we had to dress up, wear like a helmet, a raincoat, gloves, just cover ourselves entirely and protect ourselves so once we get hit with those pellets, we wouldn't get hurt.
Yeah, right. So they basically had like a big huge cart full of hundreds of like basically bottle rockets, and they'd basically light up the cart, and then for several minutes they'd just be like flying out and people would get like right up close to it. I mean, people can be within touching distance of it. We weren't there because the crowds are huge.
Yeah.
But we were like 20 feet away from it.
Yeah.
So like everybody's got like a motorcycle helmet on so it doesn't hit you if it hurts you in the head.
Yeah.
And then like rain jackets and stuff and like padding underneath so because they hit you pretty hard if they hit you direct.
Yeah.
And then of course there's like they can burn and stuff so you want like protection.
That's
right. But yeah, you just stand there and everybody starts jumping up and down and going crazy.
Yeah.
And then the fireworks are all flying into the crowd.
It was so much fun.
That was Taiwan. And
now
we're in Thailand.
Yeah, now we're in Thailand. And by the way, I did make a video about the fireworks.
That's
it's
right.
on the YouTube channel.
Yes.
So take a look. It's an amazing festival to go to.
Yeah.
And we love festivals, so this week has been awesome for us.
Oh yeah, so it's basically a 3-day festival. It coincides with like the full moon this month. So basically the day before the full moon is day 1. They had the opening ceremonies.
Yes.
So there's like a little stage, people talking, and then they had like a parade, which is actually pretty decent, I thought.
And during the opening ceremonies, we got to see some nice models, the women and the men.
Oh, yeah. There's all these people dressed up. They were having like a Miss Yi Peng contest.
Yes.
So Loi Krathong, actually in the north, is also called Yi Peng. The Yi Peng festival. They celebrate the same thing. It's just a different name. So if you hear the two, it means the same thing.
Yeah, we learned this from the monk.
Yeah, exactly. So anyways, so we got to see people dressed up all really nice.
Yeah, so the parade on the first night was very good. It was a great spectacle.
Oh, yeah, it was great. Yeah, there were
Lots
of
of
people.
exotic costumes, traditional outfits. I thought that was amazing.
Yeah, it was awesome. I was really surprised at how crowded it was. There were lots of people. Lots of foreigners and locals too, and then we had to like walk way down the street before we could even find a good place to get a view of the parade. But yeah, lots of people walking by, lots of costumes and stuff. But that was mostly just like costumes and stuff, right?
Yeah, and you were going crazy about taking photographs.
Yeah, I took lots of photos that first night, but I took even more the successive days, so
Later,
I wouldn't call that crazy. The rest was crazy. So basically that first night we just went to see the parade, and then the parade went down by the river, but we didn't really check it out. It was getting late. We were tired. We'd seen the whole parade. Right? Did we do anything else that night?
No, that was it. Then we headed back home. But the next day, which is the actual day.
Right, the day of the full moon, like the big celebration day.
That was the day that you wouldn't want to miss.
Absolutely. So we actually, the reason why we went home after the parade is because we had to get up early the next day.
Because we decided that we were going to go check out the hot air balloon contest.
Yeah, they had this basically just launching a whole bunch of hot air balloons. So they not like the hot air balloons that you think of like, oh, I'm going to go up in a basket and go see like, the fairy chimneys in Cappadocia, Turkey or something. Yeah. Or like float around the world in 80 days or whatever. Not those kind of balloons. Basically, they're made out of like paper or whatever. And then they fill them up and put some fireworks on the bottom.
That was so cool.
Yeah, launch them up into the sky. But what was cool is there wasn't just fireworks. They had these like styrofoam planes that when they hit, they would like float down and leave a trail of smoke behind them. It was like colored smoke, so like these bright colors, blues and yellows and greens, all in the sky with this giant balloon floating away. It was awesome.
And some of them also let parachutes, small little parachutes come out. Yeah. That was really amazing. I had never seen anything like that before, and it was beautiful.
Yeah, and there was like confetti and stuff too. It was cool.
But I found when they were launching the hot air balloons, it was really scary because at one point I saw this guy. They have to like put in the light, right?
Yeah, they do it like a ghetto style. So like when the hot air balloon that you ride, like they pull the little lever and then like the fire shoots up into the balloon and you hear like the and so, it's all like professional or something. But this they had like basically like a fan, like a fan you would buy at the store to like keep you cool. Just like a rotating standing fan, and then they would blow air into it, and then to make it hot, they'd basically like light this torch like a giant torch, and then like the size of your head, and then the guy would like stick his whole head in and hold the torch in there.
It was so dangerous, and then at one point, one of the guys, he has to get out of there quickly, out of the hot air balloon, right? Otherwise,
you don't want to set the balloon on fire.
Exactly, or yourself, right? So he just threw the torch, and it almost lit another guy on fire. Like if he just jumped over it. It was quite dangerous.
You gotta watch what you're doing.
Yeah, but the actual hot air balloons, there were so many different varieties of them.
Yeah, different shapes and sizes.
There was like an elephant one. They had like different gods.
Yeah, so most of them I'd say were about maybe as tall as like 2 people, maybe a person or 2.
Some of them are really
but
big.
Then some of them were huge. Like wow, geez, like I don't know how big would you say?
I don't know, like 2 meters.
20 meters or something.
Sure. Yeah, they were big.
They were like really big. Yeah.
And what I really liked was the spirit of the people. Like once the balloon was up in the sky, they were all cheering and clapping. They were so excited. And it was just a nice atmosphere. It's definitely worth it.
Yeah, and then like it was constantly happening. So I mean, it took a while to like launch the balloons, but they'd be doing like 2, 3 trying to get up at a time, and then once one came up, the like next group would come in and start theirs. So basically like every 5 minutes or so there was like a balloon in the air.
To me, they were all winners.
So it was kind of like the sky lanterns during the day.
Yeah.
I guess without being like lighting up the night, they just had like a colorful design balloon that would like float away, and then the cool fireworks and stuff.
Yeah.
So yeah.
You know what would be really amazing if they actually did something like this at night. I know it would be way harder, but like you could see these nice hot air balloons in the sky, and then like you said, have those planes come out and with all the colors,
if
and
you
maybe
could
fireworks.
somehow see the colors at night and stuff, like the colored smoke and stuff.
So beautiful.
It'd be cool. They need some new inventions.
Yeah. So anyways, we spent the day doing that. I mean, spent the morning doing that, and then we headed back to our place. We were really tired because it was really, really hot, because here in Chiang Mai, my God, it feels like it's 30 degrees.
Yeah, I keep forgetting that it's like almost December.
I know, and when I look at pictures on Facebook or some reminders from people back home, I realize it's like cold.
Right.
Anyways, no complaints. I love the heat. I love it.
But so it tired us out a bit, so we came home, had some rest, had a little light snack or something, and then headed back out for the evening.
Which was the big thing.
Yes, for the big festival. So we went to this place called Wat Pan Tao, I think it's called.
That's right.
Yeah, so basically a Wat is like a Buddhist temple.
Yes, and this particular Wat is a paradise for photographers, right? There were lots of monks that came and they sat down, so they had their beautiful clothing. You could get nice bright orange colors you could see, and then they lit the candles all over the place at the Wat, and there was a reflection in the water, and then there was a Buddha statue underneath this huge tree that had lots of lanterns, and then also part of the ceremony there were girls dressed in nice traditional Thai outfits, and they were dancing. It was just gorgeous.
Yeah, it was awesome. And then basically they lit up all these candles all over the place, and then the monks would like sit there and like bow to the Buddha statue, and there'd be some chanting, and it was just really picturesque because basically by that time they came out, it was all night. So the event was, it started at like 6:30, but we got there at like
5:10.
5:10.
So
And it was already packed.
It was so packed. It was like if you came at 5:30, you ain't gonna get in and see anything.
You're not gonna be in a good photo spot, that's for sure. But we got lucky. We found a pretty good place.
Yeah.
Took some nice photos there. But it got really hot, and there were a lot of people, and you could hear like clicks and stuff all the time. So it wasn't like this like as beautiful and peaceful as it could have been.
Right.
But it was still really nice to see and like hear the chanting and stuff. And then they came on and in English actually explained some of the stuff about Loi Krathong, like how it floats away your bad luck, and how they're the same, Yi Peng and Loi Krathong and stuff like that. So it was actually pretty good. And then just before the ceremony ended, we decided to leave because as we were looking around, we saw the full moon next to the temple. It was really nice, and then basically a whole bunch of lanterns
going into the sky.
And we were super excited because we'd heard this year that basically the big massive lantern launch was canceled, and the only one that was going on was like really far away. They were selling tickets for like $150, and they sold out on day one. So you're like, that's ridiculous.
Really?
There's got to be some lanterns. And so when we turned around and saw it, we got excited, and we started to leave. Like, this ceremony's over. Let's go see what's going on, like where the action is.
I think the thing that we have learned really quickly here in Chiang Mai, Thailand, is that sometimes nobody really knows what's happening.
Yeah.
I mean, I felt...
It's Thai style.
It's Thai style.
Yeah, just go with the flow, man.
Yeah, just go with the flow. But I was like thinking, there's no way they're not going to launch the lanterns. Like, this is a huge thing. Mm-hmm. And so when we saw those lanterns in the sky, I'm like, Jason, let's get out of here and let's just go towards those lanterns because I want to see what's happening.
Yeah, so basically the Wat we were at was in the middle of the old city, and then we had to walk to the river, so that took about half an hour or so. But we were just like watching them go in the sky more and more the whole time, and the sky was just filling up with the full moon and everything. It was a beautiful night. It was really hot, and then once you start getting towards the river, they start having basically all the festivities of Yi Peng or Loi Krathong. They're selling krathongs on the side and different food stalls, and like they had a Ferris wheel and like little games and just tons of people there and
just chilling out.
Yeah. So basically, where the main road kind of meets the river, there it was so packed. It was just huge crowd, and basically everybody just lighting lanterns and launching them.
And it was really fun to be in that atmosphere because I feel like it's been a while since we've experienced a really big festival.
Yeah. So the last real festival we ever did was like in Korea. Like they have a lantern festival there also. but it's usually just a parade. And last year we didn't even go because we'd been to it a bunch of times. And I mean, yeah, there's not really too many like huge festivals like that. Just like everybody in the streets all shut down and celebrating. So yeah, it was really nice to be in that atmosphere, and just seeing everybody like having a great time. Locals were dancing and singing, and I found most of the lanterns though they were being launched by like
tourists,
Farangs, foreigners. So yeah,
that was interesting to note that. I can understand why though, because it's exciting if you haven't launched a lantern before,
Sure.
and then you can take all these photographs and have all these memories, and it's nice to be part of it.
Part of that though is probably because we were in like the main tourist like section, like straight down from the old city where all the backpackers stay and stuff, and then just like in that big square.
Yeah.
And like that's where all the foreigners were, so that's probably just why we saw that. Like maybe if we went to the other side of the river or something, we would have seen more locals doing it. But yeah, oh my gosh, it was so packed. And so on that day, I put a little krathong in the water.
That's right, you did.
Yeah.
And you got the chance to do that because when we were in Laos last time,
yes,
we just
I know, we didn't even know it, but we'd actually already been to this festival in Laos.
We found out that like 2 years later.
Yeah, we were in Laos about this time last year. No, not last year.
In 2011.
2011.
A couple of years. That's 4 years.
Yeah, whatever, close enough. So yeah, anyways, we were in Luang Prabang. We had just arrived there. We had no idea.
No idea.
Because we had like crappy internet access. We didn't know what was going on. We just arrived, and then like the next day there's like this big festival. Like everybody was telling us, oh, go to the big festival tomorrow. Mm-hmm. It was a lot more intimate there though, a lot more local people, because I mean, Luang Prabang is nowhere near as crowded as Chiang Mai.
Not yet.
There's still like lots of foreigners and stuff for that city, but it's smaller.
There's something special about that, right?
It was much more intimate.
It was.
I found like when we were putting the kratong's in the river, it was like 90% just like people from the town, like all the Lao people.
Yeah.
So that was really cool. We put the krathong in the river, and then we just thought, oh wow, this is a really cool festival. We might have asked the name and stuff, and people told us. I don't know if it has a different name there.
Right.
Same thing, same time.
It was just funny how we just realized 4 years later we've been to this festival.
Oh yeah, this is the same thing. I get it now.
Yeah, but back then I had the chance to put it in the river, and you didn't because you were taking pictures.
Yes.
But this year we decided, okay, well,
I'll put one in.
You'll put one in.
So it was a bit of an adventure because the candle on my krathong sucked. Kept going out. Some guy tried to help me and blocked the way. Oh, whatever. I tried to light it like 5 times, and basically as soon as I was about to put it in the water, it went out. And
you know
go.
what? You know what? Your bad luck doesn't want to leave you.
No, it does not.
This is a sign.
Yes. All right. But anyways, so yeah, I put in a krathong that night. Okay. And basically we did that, and we walked around and saw people shooting out fireworks and took pictures and just enjoyed the atmosphere.
Really
we had lots of snacks, spring rolls, fried mushrooms. It was great.
And one of the great things about festivals for me is trying the food. You just get to try what the locals are trying, and it's just so much fun.
Yeah. So what did you like? What did you try that you liked?
Oh yeah, it was that night, I believe. We tried the fried mushrooms with the sauce that that
like
secret sauce,
secret spicy sauce.
Yeah, and then the spicy chicken balls were good too.
The spice on them was like powdery a little bit, but yeah, the chicken balls they were pretty spicy.
They were interesting, yeah.
And we had a cool shake that night too, watermelon strawberry.
Oh my god, my new favorite shake now, seriously.
Yes.
Watermelon and strawberry.
Yeah, it was a good combo.
Very good combo. The thing I really liked about that shake was that you could taste the distinct flavors. Like sometimes I find that when 2 flavors are mixed in a shake, I can't taste both of them. But with the strawberry and the watermelon, yum. Yeah,
sometimes one overpowers, but you could taste both just equally so flavorful. So we basically walked around trying stuff, and then we went up on this like pedestrian bridge and just watched everybody walk underneath and go and have fun, and we stayed there for a while. So it was good. It was a good night. Pretty tiring. We were tired because we'd gotten up early. It's so hot, and then all the action of the evening.
And I was filming the whole time.
Yeah, and I was taking pictures. Of course, it took like another 200-300 pictures or something ridiculous.
Always working.
Yeah, well, you got to take way more at night because it's way harder to take night photography because you got to worry so much about your shutter speed and everything, and getting things like still and perfect. It's really easy to get blurry photos at night because of the light is less. So
but you're becoming an awesome photographer. I've seen
thank you very much. Yes.
I've seen some of your photographs and I'm like, wow, that's awesome.
That's right. You know what? People should check them out on Instagram.
That's right.
Yeah.
Why wouldn't you, right?
Right,
They're
exactly.
so great.
Yeah, and I'll put a few more up, and then once we get the website and stuff, and I sort through and edit my photos and stuff, we'll put more out.
Okay, let's talk about the last day.
Yeah. So the last day, there was nothing in the morning that time, or there was maybe a little something, but it was not worth.
We decided not to because it's quite a trek for us to go all the way to the old city because we are located in Neiman Himen, right? Which is about a 45-minute walk, and we like to walk.
Yes, we do. Yeah, we usually walk down, and anyway, we wanted to go down for the third and final night, but we were feeling really tired. We were like, oh man, is it just gonna be more of the same thing? But it was not. It was awesome.
It was so awesome.
Yeah.
It was really awesome because the parade was very different this time. They had huge floats, beautiful floats like I've never seen. I love the sparkliness.
Oh yeah,
and the design.
Everything was so shiny, and like dragons and Buddhas, and
the
costumes were even better than the first time.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I couldn't believe how wonderful they were, and seeing the little girls, the Thai girls, was the cutest thing ever.
They were really cute.
They were so cute, and it was just amazing.
But yeah, like I really like the costumes too. Even which is rare in most cultures, the costumes for guys are even like really neat and cool to look at because like in a lot. They don't have anything for guys. The guys are boring, but here it was really cool. They looked like all like Thai kings and queens or like warriors and stuff. Yeah, it was really awesome.
Yeah, I was gonna say I haven't seen so many different varieties of outfits for men as I have in the Thai culture.
Yeah, it's really cool.
But it started to rain a little bit. I felt so bad for them.
I know, it started to pour for maybe like 10 minutes or something.
Yeah.
We all ran for shelter, and they were just kind of like standing there in the rain, and all the girls in their makeup. Oh my god, I felt bad.
But it eventually stopped.
Yeah, and then they just kept going, and everybody seemed to be having a good time. So.
And then Raj got lost.
Yeah, we had an event.
We had an event.
I was taking pictures, Raj was recording, and then she just disappeared.
I think Jason disappeared.
No, you disappeared. Definitely you.
It was definitely me?
Yeah, because I was just there, I'm like going through my photos and deleting, and I look up and poof, gone.
Oh, right, okay.
Yeah. And then basically I went all the way down to the end of the parade, and then all the way back, almost to where we were before, apparently. I misjudged where we were originally standing, and then I went back basically halfway down again, and then back. And the parade was almost over by that point, and then I ran into you.
And what did I do? I went back to the place where I last filmed, and I last saw Jason, and I just stood there. I was hoping he'd come back. But then eventually it was great. You came back, and we met each other.
Yeah.
And the night continued.
Yeah, that's right. So, there was a lot less lanterns, but still a few in the air, but a lot more krathongs. So people were putting the krathongs in the river, and we actually got a couple for ourselves, and we put some more in. So there was a nice little flowery one. Just a small, beautiful one with some incense that you put in yourself.
That's right. It was my turn.
That's right.
To do it. But we also wanted to do a couple one.
Yeah. So we got this like nice little peacock-shaped one.
Beautiful.
Oh, it was really nice. And we basically lit that up, and we had more success with the candles this time.
That's right.
Much easier. And so we went down to a different part of the river and put it in. And I tried to take a couple pictures, but basically, as soon as we put that second one in, my bad luck didn't leave again because my camera ran out of batteries.
Oh, yes,
I know. 3 pictures later.
Because you went crazy with the parade pictures, right?
I know.
But anyway, so then we decided to go to the other side of that bridge.
So we went to the other side of the river. Basically, most of the previous nights we've been staying on the side where the old city is and stuff. But there's another side to it with the city still continues after
What's the name of that bridge that we crossed?
I'm not sure.
Oh, okay. So anyways, we went to the other side of the river because it seemed like that was happening.
Yeah, there's lots of locals there, and like same with food and krathongs and everything. And so I just wanted to say that if you ever come here for the festival, Loi Krathong festival, do a krathong. They're really cheap. It's like 30 baht. It's like $1.
Yeah.
It's $1 to like send it down the river. It's fun.
It's so much fun.
Yeah.
And to see all of them also.
They're all in the river, beautiful. All these candles and floating down. I mean, some of them collect in like weird spots and like flip over and look like garbage, but I mean, there's
whatever. That's gonna happen.
Just look further down the river. You'll be fine.
Yeah, you'll be fine. It's quite a nice sight, you know?
Yeah, right.
So when we went to the other side of the river, we walked past all these vendors again, and we saw all these local people, and I felt like I hardly saw any tourists there.
Right. Yeah. barely, but we saw some of the coolest krathongs there. Some really big ones. That dragon one.
The dragon was awesome.
They had this whole big thing that was like, I don't know, like almost 2 feet high, like a big dragon.
Beautiful.
All made out of like leaves and flowers and
That's
stuff.
right.
Just pinned to like.
I wonder how long it took to make that.
Yeah, that must take a really long time.
Yeah.
Yeah. That one's more than 30 baht though, I guarantee you.
Was it even on for sale?
I think so. Yeah.
Really?
I'm sure you could buy it.
Wow. It was
Yeah.
gorgeous. So we walked past all the vendors, and then we randomly decided to go into a bar.
Yeah, it was awesome. So people were celebrating in the bars also. And there's a couple of bars on that side of the river, and we just went in. We didn't go in for a drink. We went in to sit down by the river.
Because we were tired.
Yeah, so yeah, we'd been walking around all evening taking pictures and stuff. So we went down. They had a nice little spot by the river. And we could just watch like the krathongs floating by and see down the river and see people doing fireworks.
And there were even some lanterns in the sky.
Oh yeah, absolutely. So yeah, that was really nice. We got a nice little rest. And while we were resting, we heard the music playing. And it turns out the music was from a live band.
Yeah, that was amazing. So I said, Jason, let's go.
Yeah, so basically Chiang Mai, if you don't know, closes around midnight. Well, it doesn't close, but you have to stop drinking at midnight.
That's
the
right.
police come and shut it down.
Yeah.
You can't really drink. It's a bit of a party pooper. It's like one of only 2 cities in Thailand that do it. There's whole political reasons why we won't get into, but so yeah, it was about like 11:30 or something when we went to the dance floor. So we were like, we don't want this to shut down. Like, let's get in some dancing while we can.
That's right. And we danced and danced and danced, and it was so great. And it was a great way to end this festival for us.
Nice little party, and like people were just dancing it up and having a great time. The band was really into it.
You know what I'm having a great time with?
What's that?
Living here in Chiang Mai.
Me too.
I'm loving it. This place has a lot of things happening. There's a great party scene, lots of people to meet, lots of things to do, and the festivals here so far, so great.
Exactly. Yeah, it's a great atmosphere, great vibe. Lots of people going around. It's lots of fun. So yeah, that was our Loi Krathong experience. It was great. I recommend anybody coming on down and doing it.
Absolutely. Don't miss it if you're here.
Yeah, I don't know what it's like in other cities, but definitely come to, if you're nearby Chiang Mai, you can definitely come check it out.
Well, from what I have heard, that Chiang Mai is the place to come for this festival.
That doesn't surprise me. Yeah, they got the river right there, and there's all the
and they get into it
action. Yeah,
and they really get into it through the entire town.
Right. There's all the Chiang Mai also has like a lot of Buddhist wats and stuff.
Lots.
So it's really like it's a part of the character of the city to like have this like Buddhism, the religion, and the celebration that comes from that. So
right, and then the moat that surrounds the old city.
Yeah.
There are like decorations there as well, lanterns floating everywhere. You definitely feel the atmosphere.
Yeah,
the air.
I guess the closest I would say is it kind of feels like a Christmassy vibe.
For sure.
Except like over a 3-day festival with parades and stuff.
Yeah.
So people eating food and stuff instead of just like celebrating at home. It's like if everybody just went out to the street and partied for Christmas. Right.
So Loi Krathong, awesome.
Yeah, for sure. So that's about it. Back to our regular schedule, I guess, and we'll be getting that Periscope out this week for sure. This time, right?
This time for sure.
Yeah. No Loi Krathong, so we should be able to do it, I think.
Yes, and I hope people can join us live.
Yeah. So it's live streaming. It'll be Wednesday morning, 9:30.
Sounds good to me.
We want to do that. Check it out. If you're on Periscope, download or not, just download the app, get on and check us out. We'll have a little fun and see how that works here. And let's see, I've posted photos on Instagram from Loi Krathong, just a few so far. I'll put up more. Check out our Facebook page, like our photos too. What else we got going on?
Well, I'm going to be trying to get out that video about the sticky waterfalls this week. And then, of course, I have a lot of footage about the festival, which will be coming out very, very shortly.
Oh, yes, right. The sticky photos we talked about last week, right?
That's right.
Okay, cool. So, yeah, we've got all that done, or going up soon, I guess.
Yes.
And, we'll try and keep the content coming for you guys. And we have some very exciting news.
Very exciting news.
Super exciting news.
Very big.
We are on iTunes.
Woohoo! We did it.
Yeah, we did it.
Yes.
All right. So yeah, please subscribe to our podcast.
Yes.
We're a new podcast, so to get the word out there, you got to subscribe and rate 5 stars if you want, 1 star if you want. I don't care. Just rate it. Let us know how we're doing. You can leave feedback. You can leave a little review. Let us know if you like the podcast, how we're doing. we're enjoying doing this. We hope you enjoy listening to it a little bit. And, we'll just keep talking about
our experiences.
Yeah, our lives and just chit-chatting. And, if we get enough of a following, maybe we can take some email questions or have people more involved in it. That'd be really cool. But, just let us know what you think. It'll really help us out. And then not only on iTunes, but just give us some feedback so we know, what if we're doing well or not.
That's right. That would be great, right?
Yeah, really handy.
So I think that's about it for this episode.
All right. Well, peace out and see you next week.
Yeah, see you guys later.
Bye.